Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. It's hump day. We made it to we made it to Wednesday. Now you just got to make it through Thursday and Friday, and you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Don't let these people mess with your headspace so much that you feel like you can't. You can do this. What they say, you got it. We're going to talk about a couple of things this afternoon. Now, I got to tell y'all about something that happened on Fox News today. Something Fox News did that they don't usually do, but they did it. Fox News defended Joe Biden today. Hey, KK. Hey, Kim, Lilac. How are you all? Hey, Squirt Queen, DJ Reese, Kiera. Good afternoon to you. Yeah, Fox News did something that, I know, Scorp, you like, the fuck? I know, Kim, you like, what? Yeah, Fox News defended Joe Biden. Yes, hell is starting to freeze over, Kiera. It's shit. It's 40-something degrees in March. Well, and guess who they defended him to? JD Vance. Yeah, Fox, you know what's in the water? Fox News is tired of smelling bullshit. That's what it is. It's kind of hard to shovel bull. What did I tell y'all a long time ago? Didn't I say you can sell lies and you can shovel bullshit to people up until their reality doesn't match the bullshit? Then you won't succeed anymore. On you guys, I'm gonna switch my. Okay, no. I saw it glitch for a second, so I figured it must have been my internet connection. I'm gonna watch that. But I told y'all, high ass gas prices, high groceries, high insurance, high housing costs, all them prices. But folks can lie to you all they want to. People are feeling that shit every day. So no amount of lies is going to get people to ignore it. Hey, Coco. Hey, beautiful. So JD Vance was on Fox News talking about gas prices, and he tried to blame it on Joe Biden. This is why I keep saying, as soon as Republicans start calling out Joe Biden's name about gas prices, then that's when somebody needs to say, but Trump's been president over a year. He doesn't have any control over the economy. Joe Biden's still controlling the economy. Call him the fuck out on that shit. Could they just say anything? Well, Fox News called them out, and Fox News said, oh, no. The high gas prices are not Joe Biden. Fox ain't having it. They said, you know what? You tell those lies to somebody who believes them. Because at this point, we've been doing this long enough. We know better about what's happening. Child. And then I'm going to tell y'all something else, apparently, that's going on. Hold on. I'm going to check it first. I'm just checking something because I just saw something. Okay. And plus, I'm going to give y'all some other stuff that I found. Okay. So JD Vance was on Fox News, and JD Vance blamed, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. He wasn't on Fox News. He was actually at an event. Fox News was covering said event and called out the fact that it wasn't true what JD Vance said. So JD Vance was at Auburn Hills, Michigan, and he was delivering remarks at a manufacturing plant. And he was speaking about the rising costs of oil and gas prices. And everybody knows ain't nobody happy about that. So JD Vance blamed Joe Biden. So Fox News interrupted is daily programming to broadcast JD Vance in Michigan. And he spoke about the war in Iran, touting that for whatever reason. Then during a rally, this is what happened. During a rally, a reporter said to Vance, "Thank you for coming here to Detroit. Thank you for taking questions. We're seeing gas prices rising at home. With what's going on in Iran and the Strait of Hormuz, what is the administration doing to help keep gas prices down? And where do you see gas prices going in the near future?" That was the question that JD Vance was asked. Vance immediately blamed Joe Biden. He said, then he said, "This is a temporary blip. What happened under the Biden administration, the gas prices were high for 4 years. They weren't this high. Gas prices are higher right now. And frankly, they're not even as high as they were during certain parts of the Biden administration." That's a lie. So he says, because of what's going on in the Middle East, it's not going to last forever. We're going to take care of business. We're going to come back home. And when that happens, you're going to see energy prices go back down to reality, right? So viewers went on social media, they say, and was calling it out and letting it be known that, they're full of shit, essentially. Well, I'm going through here. These people talk. And then eventually Fox News called it out to say, no, that actually is not, that's not actually what happened. Again, the administration is going to keep lying about the cost of things for you. But I do want to tell y'all something that I just saw here. Oh, shit. Okay. So I'm seeing an article that says there are 9 items that they're urging you guys to stockpile as the Iran war fears escalate. Because they're saying that at some point, in times of war, it gets harder and harder to have access to things, right? There's certain things that you need to make sure that you have. Hey, Wendell, that you need to make sure that you have. So when shit hits the fan, right? That you can be okay. All right. So okay, they say you need a battery operated or wind up flashlight because flashlights are safer than candles. You also need a battery powered or wind up radio so you can stay informed of things during a power outage, or you can use your car radio if you have to. Hey there, Lori. You need extra batteries for your flashlight and your radio and a backup battery for any medical equipment you may depend on. You need a first aid kit. You need hand sanitizer and wet wipes for hygiene purposes if you don't have no running water. You also need bottled water as well. They're saying you should have at least 10 liters per person per day for basic cooking, hygiene needs, and just for making you comfortable. You need non-perishable food that doesn't require cooking. Things like ready-to-eat canned meat, fruits or vegetables. Also, don't forget to have a can opener. And the amount you need depends on your situation, how many people in your house and what y'all eat. You got to remember to include food for your pets. And if you have children, babies, you need baby necessities such as diapers and formula, stuff like that. Okay. Hey, Sinopa. Hey, beautiful. So those are some things that they're saying that you might want to start getting in place. That, or not even might, that you should start getting in place in preparation for if those things are no longer available to you, or say you lose power and you need access. Okay, so just something to think about. Now, I saw a message board earlier discussion where somebody asked MAGA. They say, are gas prices is that really what's making you turn on Donald Trump? They're asking people. They say because you were okay with the racism, the sexism, the horrible leadership, insulting allies, and being friends with rapists, right? But you draw the line at higher gas prices, like they're asking them, is that the case? And honestly, most MAGAs aren't answering, right? We are already a third world nation, Michelle. We already a third world nation. When you think about the fact that children go to school in America and and parents are never sure if they're going to make it home safely, we're already that. We're already that. In a country that claims to be the richest nation in the world, they don't give a fuck about their kids. Oh, can I say, stripper? I love the fact that MAGA got these big ass gas guzzling trucks, because you know at the gas station they crying right about now. You know they crying. You know they crying. You know it. They are crying, and good. I'm glad they crying. I'm glad they crying. Yep, we are a third world country in a Gucci belt. We sure are. Sure are. And quiet as kept, the belt ain't even Gucci. It's counterfeit. It's counterfeit. Real shit. It's counterfeit. Just so y'all know, America destroyed itself from the inside out. Real shit. Yeah, we fake as fuck. America's fake as hell. Because America is more focused, right? America is more focused on just being the opposite. Real stuff. America's focused on being the bully, being the liar, the game player. It's not focused on making life better for America. They don't care. I'm going to show y'all something I saw earlier that made me go, if this don't sum up here you go. Here you go. Read that. Up top is MAGA. Up top is MAGA. You can't have dialogue with people like that. You can't. They don't know. They're not very well educated. So spending your time going back and forth with maggots, that's what I call them, don't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to go back and forth with maggots. All it does is create a lot of stress for you that's unnecessary. You don't need it. You don't need it. See, I love all this American excellence, as they call it, going on right now. Because every single American gonna be in the poorhouse fucking with these rich people. I'm just letting you know, they don't care about you, because these people are focused on having company. I see a lot of people online talk about, I'm so glad so many people lost their jobs. I've been struggling for years. I'm lagging. Hold on. Let me fix it. All right, that should make it better. I'm sorry about that. The people are saying, I've been struggling for years. And so because I've been struggling for years, well, they need to fucking struggle too. That's their mindset. Their mindset isn't, why are we struggling? What is going on in America that we're struggling? They don't think that way. We got to fix the system. Instead, they attack other people. Not the rich. People just like them. That's the mindset. It's a sick ass fucking mindset. And it's a selfish mindset, a mindset of me, I. That's all they think about. Y'all got to understand the type of people that you're dealing with. You're not dealing with people that are trying to compromise with you, get to a place of understanding. No. You say, do I think it'll ever be fixed? Ooh, that is a good question. Well, let me say this. Over time, it will never be fixed in your lifetime or mine. Because the rich people have gotten a hold of your media too. So because rich people own the media and all facets of that, they get to control the narrative about what you see. Thank you, Dumplings. I appreciate that. And so many people, they are willing to accept being in a dark place. They don't care. I think it's fine time for a lot of Americans to start reassessing if you're going to remain an American. Because it's not just your federal government doing it. It is also state governments doing it too that are red. I told y'all Florida just passed their own version of the SAVE Act. They're not waiting, catch that part, they're not waiting on the federal government. Republicans in respective states are already trying to make it hard for you to vote. Did you know you have to pay to renounce your citizenship? Of course you do. It's America. Capitalism. You can't get shit here for free. But a fucking headache. That's the only thing that this country will give you for free is a headache and stress. Nothing else. Real talk. Yep, America is a corporation. It's not a country. It stopped being a country when we allowed rich people at the table to control things. Assuming that rich people, that's the part that I find funniest about all of this. So many people before the election were like, Trump is our president because Donald Trump understands us. He relates to us. We're just like him. And I'm like, you're nothing like Donald Trump. He shits on a gold toilet. You ain't nothing like this man. But that's the lie, because a lot of Americans want to believe they're just a couple of paychecks from being a millionaire. All it's going to take is one more paycheck. No. One more paycheck is just going to be one more fucking paycheck. That's it. Look, I was just rubbing this cat and now this hair's popping everywhere. Look, y'all. Somebody popped up. Somebody's here. John Giovanni Wick. Stop through. But yeah, you're not one paycheck away from being a Rockefeller. You're not. We got to be honest with ourselves so that we can take back what belongs to us. Did y'all know that Peter Thiel was going all around and the world talking to rich people saying, because I saw the article, I think yesterday, or day before yesterday, you don't have to keep giving money to help people. We don't have to do that no more. So they cut your social programs, right? So they cut your social programs, and now the rich are talking with each other about, we don't even need to give them money to help them. But remember, the lie that you were told was society will help you. You don't need government money. That's the lie they told you. I told y'all before, rich people only really hardcore do donations towards the end of the year. They'll do some throughout the year, not really a whole lot, but towards the end of the year is when they talk with their accountant. Hey, how much more shit I need to give away to get a nice good tax cut? That's it. They don't care about you. Excuse you, sir. You over here making all this noise. I'm talking. You up meowing. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. You not getting there with Bella at. That's real talk. But it's just like something's got to give. Like I see, yeah, The trickle down lie, that trickle down economics, that is the biggest lie and racket that was ever sold to the American people. The biggest lie and racket ever sold to the American people. Because it was all a lie. Ain't nothing going to trickle down on you. And if it do, it's going to be warm and yellow. But money will not trickle down on you from rich people. That's not how that shit works. Rich people don't just lose money. They don't just let it fall out their pocket and shit. That's not how that works. And that's the truth. It doesn't work that way. Thank you, Gray Eye. Look, I'm trying to get my own show. I really am. I'm working on that because I ain't got no JOBB right now. So I'm trying to make it my JOBB. Catch that part. Yep, you're right, Black World. The rich will never lose money if poor people would take it to the head. That's facts. That's facts. Think about it. You had working class people tell you were stupid for not voting for a billionaire. That's the crazy part. Trump, remember, people forget, Trump said he learned the word groceries during the last election. And people voted for that. People voted for that. People who go to the fucking grocery store. Look, I need this hat too, right? People go to the grocery store, but they voted for a man who said, I just learned the word groceries. Groceries is a great word, groceries. And I'm like, why the fuck would I vote for somebody that don't even go to the grocery store? Then they don't have any understanding of what it means to live my fucking life. That's why I told you, I don't feel no sorrow for all of these young, draft-aged men who voted for Trump, who now are shaking in their boots, hoping that this Iran thing doesn't escalate more and more than it needs to. Why? Because they don't want to get drafted. Fuck them. I want them to. Maybe if they have to finally make a sacrifice, they'll see that their life isn't just a whole bunch of memes. Because life is bigger than a damn meme. But these young people, they treated the election like it was a joke. It was a game. It was a TV show, a game show. They really did not take this shit seriously. They thought this was funny. Renee, yeah, they did want a civil war, but I keep saying most people who wanted it, they don't have the knees, the back, the feet for it. Yep, a lot of military members voted for Donald Trump. The same administration that until y'all started looking was working on changing the disability class calculation for veterans. They had no problem changing that shit. They don't give a fuck about veterans. He didn't even serve. He draft dodged. So to y'all point, chickens are coming home to roost for everybody. Even especially the no new wars people. Especially those people. Like I just saw something here where Trump says, this is crazy. This is how incompetent he is. Trump says Iran is a nation of great power, tremendous power. No one expected them to attack the Gulf states. We were shocked. This is who is in charge of our country. Yep, they did say that a businessman will run the country well. And I said then, the last person you should ever put into office is a private equity business person, because government is not for profit. People like Donald Trump are always looking to turn profits. Well, America ain't a profit. It's not a company. It's not designed to turn a profit. You got to put people over profits. Well, guess what? Venture capitalists don't put people over profits. They put profits over people. So I'm not surprised that Donald Trump has run the country into the fucking ground. He did that the first time. Except this time, there are no guardrails. This time, because the Republican Congress refuses to do their jobs. This is why I tell y'all midterms are extremely important. Any special elections, extremely important. Because you're paying elected officials almost $200,000 a year and they refuse to work. But guess what they working on? Senate gonna pull an all-nighter because they're trying to pass that fucking SAVE Act to make it harder for you to vote. They'll work for that shit. They'll work to peel back your voting rights. But they won't vote to give you health care. They won't vote so you'll have affordable housing, safe schools, safe neighborhoods. They don't give a fuck about that. They won't vote to rein in the president, but they'll vote on all that other shit. Hey, Divizzy. Republicans are not a good party. I can say conservatism has destroyed America. Because the party of conservatism is really a capitalistic party. They're the party of capitalism. And if Democrats don't pay attention, the same thing gonna happen to their ass too. Because I'm watching the establishment versus other Democrats. And the establishment is still taking AIPAC money. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. The Democratic voters don't want that shit. We've decided we don't want other countries dictating our policy here and what we do. We're talking real America first, not the bullshit he talking. Because his America first, when Trump said America first, he meant him. He is America. That's what that shit meant. I mean real America first. Oh, Fetterman's going to vote for that guy to run DHS because Fetterman's a dino. He's a Democrat in name only. Folks need to wake up to that. Fetterman is not a part of the group. He don't like you. He don't care about you, your family. He don't care. Fetterman just wanted to get in that seat and he got in there so he could get his pension and he could get his gray health care because he needed. Y'all see John Fetterman only 56 years old, but he aging like spoiled milk. Look a mess. Look a straight mess. Just like Donald Trump created Doge, right? Let Elon Musk essentially paid to come in and reduce government by 10%, push out government employees, all these things, only for us to find out Doge employees were a couple of incompetent youngins, smug assholes, didn't know their asshole from a hole in the fucking wall, being championed by another guy that don't know his ass from a hole in the wall, right? He just got lucky on some things. He's smart on, I'm not saying Elon Musk not smart, but he also got lucky. He got lucky when he bought Tesla. Catch that part. The government should have never let him buy Twitter. He ran that shit in the ground, and that's nothing but a bastion of fake news and bots and shit. That's all he did over there. But Doge used ChatGPT to get rid of people's jobs. These are not people that are qualified to do jobs because they need AI to do it for them. So if AI is going to do it, what were they being paid to do? And remember, I told y'all, I was still in government when Doge first came in. These people were sleeping in government buildings, okay? They weren't going home. They had cots. And they were sleeping in buildings to keep our asses out of those buildings and then to fire us. That's what they did. That need to bother every American, because every American that was so upset immigrants gonna take our jobs. Well, an immigrant did take American jobs. That immigrant's name is Elon Musk. That's who that immigrant's name is. And that's real talk. That's what his name is. Real talk. I'm like, something gotta give. Real talk, something gotta give. I'm just looking to see what else is popping. Oh, and I saw today Jerome Powell did not raise interest rates. He didn't lower them either. He kept them the same. And Jerome Powell also said this, that technically his tenure doesn't end until 2028. He technically can leave in May, but he don't have to. He says he gonna stay on if the Justice Department keeps that investigation and that possible case going about fraud or some other shit. Because he said that's bullshit. I hope he does stay. Because I'm telling you, as soon as he leaves, Donald Trump going to install a sycophant in there and fuck things up even more. Because rich people want 0% interest rates so they can borrow free money. Real talk. It's all so they can get money with 0% fucking interest. That they're salivating at the thought of that. So they can borrow money, 0% interest, and then go and buy up more shit. That's all. That's all. And then Elon. Okay, so somebody said Katie Miller, which is Stephen Miller's wife. She said, "We don't live in a democracy if we don't have integrity in our elections." Elon Musk replies to her statement saying, "True." Somebody replies to Elon saying, "We don't live in a democracy because Citizens United allowed billionaires like you to buy elections." That is a fact. See, the bottom line, this is another thing that y'all need to demand from Democrats. Democrats get into office, they need to pass a law overturning that Citizens United bullshit. Yep. They need to pass a law getting rid of that Citizens United shit that the Supreme Court allowed to happen. Because ever since then, even more money has been infused into your politics. And it's dark and it's dirty money. Quiet as kept, a lot of that AIPAC money. If y'all want to stop it, you got to overturn Citizens United. There's no way around that. Citizens United was the beginning of the end of when this country lost things. And that's just the true story. That's the beginning of the fucking end. And that's a fact. A lot of, yep, you're right. A lot of foreign money all up and through our elections. Foreign money shouldn't even be able to be in our elections. But now foreign governments, not only are they in our elections by giving money to candidates, they're creating super PACs. They create super PACs that put out ads on the internet, on TV, everywhere to convince you to vote against your own best interest. Some got to give. Because the government don't give a fuck. Because they making money. Yep, people with money and power, they ain't got no morals. Honestly, I believe that dark money has been in our government for a long time. However, you had to be real slick and sly to not get caught. Because they was catching elected officials caught. They were catching them up on campaign finance. Oh, they was catching their ass. They was catching their ass on campaign finance. I remember quite a few getting caught up on campaign finance shit. But then Citizens United came along. And so the politicians didn't have to worry no more because super PACs can be used to funnel money to them. And ain't no ceiling on this shit. See, it's a ceiling when when an individual gives money to a political candidate. There's a ceiling to how much money you can give, but not with them fucking super PACs. Those super PACs are just funneling money. Like last night, I was watching MSNBC, or MS Now is what they call it. And I think I was looking at Ari Melber. I think that's who I was watching. And he was doing this whole thing where he was talking about the race, I think in Illinois. I think that's the state he was talking about. I don't remember the exact state, to be honest. And he was talking about all the dark money being infused into that state. And the largest share of that money comes from AIPAC. And they'll do one of two things, that particular group. They will either give you money to toe the line for them, to make sure that you fight for them and their fucking agenda, or they'll use their influence and money to run ads against you to keep your ass out of office. Catch it. Because if they can't buy you, yeah, okay, that was on Ari last night. You saw it too. If they can't buy you, they don't want you there. They only want candidates there that can be bought. If you can't be bought, you don't have no value to these people. They want suckers. Oh, Erica Kirk gets a lot of money. Erica Kirk gets a lot of money. You said they said 5% made the difference. Yeah, and it does. But somebody need to do something about, and the somebody is us. You got to send the right people to Washington, but you also got to say, listen, you need to get dark money out of politics, period. We don't like super PACs. We want them gone. Yep, we want them gone. Because quiet as kept, it's just another way to funnel money to candidates. What the law needs to be is you get there's a set amount of money that every candidate gets from the government to run for whatever respective office. And you can't add nothing else to that kitty. That's it. You can't take free gifts. None of that shit. You're going to have to run on your own merit. You're going to have to pound the pavement, get your ass out there and talk to voters. That's what you're going to have to do. But you can't just pay for people to just lie and now with AI making up all types of shit, you can't do that no more. We have to change the system. If you want to change the system, you have to force your elected officials to change it. You have to do that. Because if you don't force a change, nothing gonna happen. Nothing's gonna change if you don't force a change. Nothing. I'm just letting y'all know, nothing changes if you don't force it. I'm gonna put that one up. If you don't force it, nothing. And yep, and that's another thing too, Mal. Y'all need to pressure your Congress to change the laws about lobbying. That too. Yep, both of those things. And the reason why I say that is because nobody lobbies for us. Nobody lobbies for the common person. Everybody lobbying is lobbying for a special interest group. And all those special interest groups have money. Like if you live in the DMV, right? If you go to DC, Maryland, or Virginia, all you got to do is drive around, especially in Arlington, in Old Town, you'll see a lot of offices for lobbying organizations. A lot of them, okay? A lot of them, all right? In the city, in DC, a lot of organizations have lobbying offices. So they can stay at the Hill begging and pleading and cutting deals to get what they want. But nobody's lobbying for us. We're all on our own. Nobody's fighting for us but us. Yep, and we also need to fight for term limits. Force it. We don't want to. I told y'all, what's his name? Chuck Grassley, 92 years old. He's talking about running again in 2028. People should be bothered by that. What the Chuck Grassley don't have nothing in common with you? Yep, Virginia Fox need to go too. She old. No, I'm serious, Nessa. Look it up. Chuck Grassley is talking about running again. At 92, excuse me, y'all, hold on. It's a military helicopter. Or it's either one of those damn propeller planes. This is like the third time today. I swear I be feeling like they flying over my house like that's that bitch from TikTok. Hold on. Let me see. But y'all can hear it, right? You hear how loud it sounds all day long. Listen, I told y'all, when Trump comes into office, there are a lot of private jets that go in and out of that fucking Air Force base. And there are a lot of planes that go in and out of that Air Force base. I told y'all. And old turkey neck McConnell, now that McConnell is a frail shell version of himself, he's still in Congress, still voting to toe the line like all the rest of them Republicans. Mitch McConnell, he's trash to all of them. Send Republicans home. Real shit. Send Republicans home. It's time for that. Now, I saw a report earlier said the White House is starting to unravel because they're starting to realize Trump don't hold all the cards. Trump didn't hold any cards when he decided to go fuck around in the Middle East. That's just real shit. He didn't hold. Once you decide to go into the Middle East, you lose all your leverage at that point. Hey, Carla, you lose all your leverage. You don't know the land the way they do. You don't know what they have. You know what you think they have, but you don't really know everything that they possess. You don't know all of their abilities. And the other thing is this about the Middle East. They don't have no problem making their neighbors feel everything they feel. So it just creates a whole bunch of instability in that region, which causes everybody's prices to go up. Hey, Create Waves. It causes everybody prices to go up. Iran said it's over when we say it's over. Oh, shit. Honestly, I'm going to tell you something. At this point at the White House, they need to be looking for an out. Real shit. Because if they don't, they'll be fighting that war the entire time Trump's in office. They'll be fighting it the entire time Trump's in office. Just like when Bush 2 started the war in Iraq, that wasn't easy. They thought they was just going to bust up in Iraq, get rid of Saddam Hussein, and magically America could just plant their flag. No. It turned into a whole big fucking mess. We lost a lot of soldiers because of that shit. That ballroom's never going to be built, beloved. What's going to happen is after Trump, Americans, your taxpayer dollars are going to be used to rebuild the East Wing. Trump did that shit as a fuck you to us, to America. That's all. He did that shit as a literal fuck you to America. Like, fuck y'all, this is my house. This is my country. I do whatever the fuck I want to do. And ain't nobody going to stop me. And he was right. Republicans didn't stop them. So that's why y'all got to hold them accountable. Because Congress could have stopped it the same day that it happened. They didn't. They didn't. Oh, that's the ladies' wing? Of course they would get rid of it. That makes even more sense. Yeah, they paved over the Rose Garden in the first term. They don't have no respect for nothing that comes before them. None. None. They say you're alive, because they're talking about this picture here. That's why. You gotta love TikTok, right? You gotta love TikTok. So I'm gonna put this here. That ain't AI. That ain't AI. But Trump should be held financially responsible, not just for the East Wing. He should be financially responsible for any damages that happened to the Kennedy Center. Because they're shutting that down for 2 years for renovations. All of this bullshit that's being done, they need to make the Trump family pay for that shit. Because otherwise, you and me pay for it and we ain't had no say in the shit. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate that. We ain't had no say in that shit. At all. And all the money that they're wasting and that they're spending is money that could have been spent on health care. could have been given to parents for childcare. Money that could have been given for new schools. None of that now, because they destroyed it all. And you say about that library, oh, that library never gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you why. Do you really think that Donald Trump is going to collect money for a fucking library and have to pass it on to somebody else? Fuck no. He gonna want to put that money in his damn bank account. He gonna want to put that money in his fucking bank account. Trump be like, library, man, fuck that lie. I don't give a fuck about no library. Bring me that money. I'm checking something because I want to see something. Oh yeah, Trump ain't touching that. But in my humble opinion, Elon Musk should be charged and jailed. He is the most dangerous man in the world. Because when you got all that money, but you insecure, you're going to always cause problems. Always. And you'll always be looking for validation. Real shit. I just looked up. Elon Musk is worth $839 billion with a B dollars. That's how much money that man is worth. So he got money. He didn't have no problem giving hundreds of millions of dollars to Donald Trump so he could come into the government and tear it up. That was a drop in the bucket. An investment. So he did it. Elon Musk was at the White House just the other day. Real shit. He was just there the other day. But something's got to give, folks. Real shit. Some got to give. Wow, that's crazy. I'm just looking to see what else, to see if there's anything else that I wanted to mention to y'all that I may have forgotten about after seeing it earlier. That's what I'm unsure about. Mr. Wick down there sitting with Heidi, child. I'm just looking to see if I don't think there's anything else popping. I think that's the big thing. Contact your elected officials. Damn, I'm looking at somebody took a picture of a gas station in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. $3.99 gallon of regular gas at the Wawa. Let me see. I'm checking that. Hold on. I just saw what you wrote. Let me see. Something about let me tell you something. Am I lagging again? Hold on. Let me fix it, y'all. Like, is TikTok forcing the lag? Oh, they're talking about, a conflict of interest for Jared Kushner. No surprise, Jared Kushner is out here soliciting money from countries, right? He's out here soliciting money from countries while at the same time working for the government. That's not okay. But it is if you're a criminal, and it is if you're a conservative. And all of the Republicans in Congress will be like, I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. They don't care. They don't care. They say right now, Jared Kushner is looking for $5 billion for a private equity firm while he's also serving in the Middle East envoy. He should not be doing that. Once he came into government, all his private business he needed to leave to the side, but they never, ever do. These people don't. They double dip. Hey, Alan, they double dip. And it's not okay. It is not okay. Again, to be honest, I just want to know when America's going to decide to end this ride, this carnival show and shit that we've been doing. When is it going to stop? And it won't stop until Republicans decide they're done. Now, I got a question. Did y'all see Mark Wayne cry today during his Senate confirmation hearing? Did y'all see that? Imagine if a woman was in the middle of a Senate confirmation hearing and she started crying. Imagine what people would have said if she started crying. That woman would not have been taken seriously at all. But Mark Wayne, yeah, he started crying because they was tearing his ass up. They were tearing his ass up. And the first thing I thought when I saw it, crying. There's no crying in Senate confirmation hearings. Like the fuck? Crying? He broke down in fucking tears. Because he was called out on things that he has said and calling him out. No, I got to say it like George Lopez would say it, Sophie. Why are you crying, Cadron? Man, what? Listen, I still say George Lopez has some of the funniest fucking stand-up comedy. Like, and I have a lot of comedians I love, but George Lopez don't get enough credit because that fucking stand-up comedy that George Lopez does is some good shit. I'm sorry. That's some good shit. People can say whatever they want. I don't agree with everything on I used to love the George Lopez show too. George Lopez show was hilarious because that woman who played his mother, that woman was chef's kiss. She was so fucking raggedy. Nobody can beat George Carlin. I give George that. I mean, nobody can beat George. Well, let me be fair. There are a couple of other comedians that could beat George Carlin now. To be fair, Richard Pryor. Just put it out there. Hell, quiet is kept. Listen, and this is going to be controversial when I say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Don fucking Rickles. Don fucking Rickles was hilarious. Hey, listen, he's canceled for cheating on his wife who gave him a life-saving organ. But ladies, this is why we learn a lesson. You don't give your husband a life-saving organ. You don't make them more healthy so they can divorce you and marry somebody else. No. You let him divorce you while he got that whack-ass organ. Let the new bitch give him an organ. Like the fuck? Fuck, I look like giving a kidney. Even if they said, oh, you got 2 of them, so, and I'm going to keep both of them too. You used to have 2 as well. How the fuck I look having 1 because you don't even have 1 good functioning one? Why should we both perish because you're sick? What about the children? Chill. My husband, no, I said to him a long time ago, if we hear noise in the house, you need to go check it. And and if you don't come back in a certain amount of time, I'm just going to call the fucking 911 because no sense of us both going down. Fuck, what? That's stupid. That's stupid. If you tell me you be right back and you don't come right back, bye. Like the fuck? Say it again. Right, I'm a beneficiary. Fuck, I look like joining you. That's stupid. You seeing that shit like what? Nah, I would never do that. I would never do that. That's ludicrous. That's crazy work. That's crazy. That's crazy shit. I would never do such a thing. That's why as soon as that noise, I be like, you need to go see what that is. I don't know what that is. You need to go check out that sound. Now I'm gonna listen out. If it sounds like you got cracked over the head and you fell in the corner, or I'm gonna call 911. And then I'm gonna lock my door to my bedroom. I'm gonna lock my door. But I'm not gonna come. Okay, y'all. What they say? Look, where my rag? He was a giving man. He sacrificed everything for his family. But I'm not coming down there. No, ma'am. I don't never understand that shit when I see it, even in movies. I'm always like, hold up. You love this man enough to get cracked in the head too? Shit. I wasn't raised that way. I was not raised that way. Yes, the Afro Man trial is some of the best shit ever. I bet you they'll be careful about going in somebody else's house and looking at and messing with their lemon pound cake. Afro Man is not the dude to fuck with. So I'm glad. I watched some of those videos today and laughed my ass off. I'm like, so y'all went in the wrong fucking house. That's what y'all did. Y'all came into the wrong house. That man wasn't doing nothing illegal, but he had cameras in his house. And that cop he was looking at that. He was watching that pound cake. It was like he could smell it from up under the cake dome. So yeah, they did it to themselves. So fuck them. I hope that Afro Man succeeds and wins that case. That's what the fuck they get. Bet you won't just run up in there. I bet you next time they could show it, they be like, hey, hold up, Sergeant Brown. That's Afro Man's house. Y'all sure that he's doing the things that this warrant says? Because if it's not, man, this motherfucker's gonna roast us online. Is it really worth it? Nah, fuck it. No, it's not. Whatever he doing in there, let him keep doing it. Oh, Heidi back here having a dream. I don't know what she dreaming about. She just y'all heard that sound. She dreaming about something. She running from somebody. Heidi back here in this dream like, bitch, the fuck? I'm like, okay. Because I looked, I'm like, I thought somebody was bothering her. No, she just sleeping. Yeah, she running somewhere, honey. But what is she running from him? Them fucking, let me tell y'all, okay. Listen, I got to start wrapping up because I got to go get bombed. Listen, today I was in my kitchen. Heidi comes in the kitchen. She hardly ever comes in the kitchen. I clapped my hands like, because I was singing along. I scared her when I clapped my hands. The fucking dog won't come back in the kitchen no more. The 47 administration just defunded special education. Now, I know some of you are going to be confused while I'm clapping about it. Okay? Can I tell y'all why I'm clapping about that? Can I tell you why I'm clapping? Because I distinctly remember conservative women saying, we don't need the Department of Education telling us nothing about our providing special education. So I'll get it from my school district, not understanding that their local school districts don't provide that. They didn't understand that. So now those special needs, I feel for their special needs children. I don't feel for the parents. I feel for the kids, right? But the federal government was why special needs children had those services. And let me tell you something. Just because people don't want to believe in autism, Asperger's, and all these other disabilities, that doesn't mean they don't exist. That doesn't mean they're not real. That's the lie that these people tell you or they want you to believe. As a mother of a special needs child, I used every service that was accessible to me for my child. Every service, reading programs, math programs, counseling, whatever they had, my ass took advantage of it because I pay fucking taxes. Real talk. And so, hey, now that the feds are not going to fund, special education programs, I cannot wait to see mamas and daddies in Arkansas and Iowa, Nebraska, all these states that they thought cared about their kids. They about to see your school system barely has enough money to do the shit it already was doing. It doesn't have the money for special education programs. That's why the feds was doing it. They ain't got it. My child had an IEP from K through 12 as well. Yep, all services. She got breakouts for testing so she could get extra time for testing. I ain't play about my daughter when it came to her fucking IEP. Every school my daughter went to, they knew. Mama watches that IEP closely to make sure that she's getting everything she's supposed to get so she can excel. But hey, to your point, Grace, I was just about to say that voting matters. This is why elections are not a fucking game. So now a lot of their kids just going to be sitting in classrooms at school, probably just pushed ahead, passed ahead like they used to do decades ago. They don't care if those kids know how to do nothing. They don't care. My special needs baby, she's a reader. She reads all the time. She's an artist. Because not only did I do things with her, I made sure that everything that she was supposed to get in that school, she got. Point blank, period. Wake up, folks. I know you did, Leith. And you know the saddest part? The children are set up to fail. They're set up to fail because those young children will become adults who can't read, who can't write, who can't take care of themselves. And and then when their parents die, those kids are going to be on the street. Homeless. Yep, and that's what Trump wanted. But hey, they're Christians though. Listen, I love you guys. I want to remind you, don't forget the newest episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast drops tonight, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And tonight's episode is Grow the Fuck Up. That's the name of tonight's episode, Grow the Fuck Up. Because folks need to hear this. This is right on time. This whole discussion about what being an adult means, what adulting is. And what it looked like for you when you started to go into that area of becoming an adult. Please listen to it. Let me know what you think about it and share your experience about adulting. Okay? We got to flip Congress blue. That's the only way you're going to flip this around, because then you can put a check and balance on the president. Everything he attempts to do, override it. Veto proof the shit. So there's nothing he could do. Thank you, Scorp. Love you. Y'all. I'm trying to TikTok ain't trying to let me. I click and see if I can get it to. Okay, there we go. Number 1, beautiful dumplings. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 2, my dog is Charlie. Thank you, beautiful. Number 3, handsome Kiera. Thank you so much, handsome. Number 4, Miss Beautiful Lilac Ash Bear. Thank you so much. Number 5, beautiful Crystal Smith. And a special shout out to number 6, Miss Beautiful Lori. Thank you to all the mods tonight. Listen, don't forget that I put a post on my Patreon for us to talk about what movies we want to watch for March. The movie we want to watch. So that post closes tonight at 7. If I don't have nobody on there, I'm just going to pick the movie. Okay. And we just going to go with that. Listen. Okay. So don't forget, I love you all. I want to remind you today, listen, don't let nobody. Hold on. I just had to block somebody because girl, Deja, girl, with 6 followers, bitch, you not coming in here with that shit. Listen, don't let nobody live rent free in your head tonight. Don't feed any trolls, and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Yeah, she think I ain't see her. I saw her and I was like, okay, let me look at this profile. Oh, bitch, now with 6 followers. No, bitch, no. We're not doing that. Listen, love you guys. Have a beautiful and blessed evening. I will see you in the morning. Bye bye. Have a beautiful and blessed night. Okay, I'll see you. Look,